also, in my opinion, it, like I said, it reflects back to the humanity of the NFL to a degree.
Because there's been a lot of players that left out and ended up paralyzed later on. I mean, maybe not passing away, but paralyzed, But the show went on, and I feel like that's, somewhat of a disgrace to the name of the NFL. If somebody leaves out with that kind of seriousness, I mean, my hope is that, something within the policy. I don't know if it's going to have to do with the pads. I don't know if it's going to have to do with tackles. I don't know what it's going to have to do with, because a lot of us have always said, the NFL has gotten soft, because a lot of stuff they used to let live and let live when, they hit quarterbacks a certain way or, hit players a certain way, and it's changed over the years. But I think that this is a telltale sign that there needs to be possibly some more evolution.
Yes,
there needs to be some more evolution because they're not just workhorses. They're not. Their lives are. They're in some way, shape, form, or fashion putting themselves in a line of fire. With such a tremendous contact sport like this.
Absolutely, and I agree. Now, let me ask you guys, you fellas, a question. Right. And I'm just real curious because I who always comes to mind is who, if you guys can refresh my memory, was the Puerto Rican football player who committed all these crimes or whatever. Hernandez.
Aaron Hernandez. Yeah, I remember. He was the tight end for the New England Patriots.
Okay. So
he committed suicide while he was in prison. He showed it.
Absolutely. But I'm mentioning him, right? Not only because he's Boricua, right? But it kind of ties in with that because when they actually did his autopsy and they looked at his brain, due to the blows and stuff, he had a very deep brain trauma that you would have when you're, I think, 60 something years old, which would have caused a lot of these things that he did do because he wasn't right in the head. Is this really worth it? Is it worth the $1 million that probably they're going to take away half on whatever, and you're going to spend on this, on that, unless you get contracted by Nike or whoever? And that's a whole different can of worms there. But I mean, in a sense, in my opinion, right? I think this has been going on for a while, but in different ways, because we all know that they're getting hit really hard when they're out on the field. And I'm a football fan. I mean, I did slow down, and that's a whole different other conversation. I did slow down on watching football after what I saw the treatment of Kaepernick, because I cannot support, as a person of color, anybody or anything that is attacking somebody in that way. Y'all's opinion.
Okay, first, I would like to say, can we please use the term original people instead of people of color?
I'm gonna get used to that. You guys and Longi and Jamil, do me a favor. Every time I say it, correct me, because that's something that I do want to do and I want to get in the habit of. Okay.
What I want to say in regards to this, yes, football is a danger. It is a violent sport. Football is a game. Is a sport of war.
Mm-hmm.
And this is almost like boxing.
Mm-hmm.
You know the risk that you're taking when you step on the field. to play the game. This is like a boxer getting in the ring and then complaining because he got hit too hard. Get out the way of the blow. But my thing is this. I think that the players need to start taking better precautions to secure themselves.
So, Jamil, I can tell that you played sports. You play sports, don't you? Because I don't know about getting out the way. I wasn't a sports person.
It's like I love the sport. I'm a competitor by nature. So I love sport. It was a commercial back in the day. I think it was a EA Sports commercial.
Mm-hmm.
And it said sport came about because one person said to another, I'm better than you and I can prove it. And this competition has been through life. You come into the world, you as a sperm cell in competition with millions of other sperm cells to fertilize the egg.
And Lungi and Jamil, if you guys know me, I'm competitive about everything. Man, I'm like, let's make it a competition. Let's see who's gonna win. Because I'm always gonna win. I don't lose.
Yeah, this is the nature of existence. Survival of the fittest. So it's in our nature to compete. The fact that we're here is a proof that we were better than the million other souls that were trying to fertilize an egg. Which is a proof that you serve a purpose. You're here to serve a purpose because you showed and proved yourself to be dominant. You showed and proved yourself to be God, supreme over the millions and billions of others who were trying to do the same thing you were doing. And this is the spirit of sport. So I can't knock a person for competition. But I think that we, especially those of us who are original people, because we are the main attractions.
Us original people.
We're the main attractions in these sports. We're the main attractions in this music. We're the main attraction in entertainment, period. And all of these things that generate so much money, why are we not taking better measures to secure our wealth and our position and status amongst these, instead of just being given a check like a damn slave? We have enough money to have our own leagues, but we're still trying to get in the NFL.
Y'all heard it here. We should do it. We should do our own. What y'all two think? Hey, I'm always down with ideas. I'm always down. I like that idea.
You think about it. Let's look at this right here. I'm talking about literally speaking. If you take all of the original people out of the sport of basketball and out of the sport of football, who is going to watch it?
That's true.
Think about literally speaking. Who is going to watch football and basketball without the original people in the game?
You know, and that may be true also for, and I got to say, when it comes to original people, being a Boricua, we're usually boxing fans as well as baseball fans. So look at all that in the equation, how much money is going to be lost just in those few sports.
And it goes into the music industry as well. Like you say, you know, the entire entertainment industry. Primarily on our backs.
It's ran by them though, but it's on our backs. How it's no longer the 1800s, but we still up under the same contracts. I see. We are still up under the same contracts. For some reason, we just cannot see. It's like, no, I'm not going to say we cannot. We refuse to do like Honorable Elijah Muhammad said and separate and do for ourselves. It's like, just, okay, if you put all the blacks or original people in a league and all the non-original people in the league, which league do you think is going to get the most money?
Well, so, they might try to rip us off of money because isn't that usually how it goes?
How?
Are you saying in their leagues, or are you saying our own thing and their own thing? I'm trying to understand.
Our own league and their own league.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Which one do you think is going to make more money?
Our league, of course.
Of course. So, but why do we not have our own league? We have enough billionaires and millionaires to build our own contractors. We have enough.
Well, our original fight was to get in their league because we had our own leagues, but we were trying to break it.
Trying to get in their league. You know what I'm saying? And it's like we felt accomplished because of integration. The only thing integration did was made us slaves. Again. We did better for ourselves during segregation because we knew we had to depend on each other. But when the integration came, we felt like we didn't have to depend on each other no more because we could integrate with the non-original.
Mm-hmm.
Regardless of how bad we were being treated. And we're still being treated. If we're not getting the message, it doesn't matter how far you go, how far you come to us, you're still going to be a Glenn. And what is a Glenn? It's a good little N-word. And you better stay in line. We'll do you just like we did your boy, yeah. We're going to show you, we'll put you right back down to where you came from, boy.
Estos son unos locos. To my boricuas, estos son unos locos. Dios mío. Están locos los dos. Huepa. So let me ask you fellas, and I know we're short on time, I do, but what should we do to get there? Because we do have the millionaires, we do have the people that can contract, we do have the people that can invest, but we're not doing it. How can we get there?
First thing first, I think we need to remove religious leaders from being over the people. Because religious leaders are concerned about religious things. We need to put more business-minded and structured, and don't get me wrong, do not misunderstand or misconstrue what I'm saying. I'm not saying that we do not need our spiritual and religious leaders to be a part of our leadership.
Mm-hmm.
But they do not need to be the forefront of our leadership, because we've been taught religion from day one, because that's what brought the subservient spirit in us. We need some leaders who are going to teach us how to do business. Some leaders who are going to teach us how to govern ourselves. Some leaders who are going to teach us how to establish an economy for ourselves.
And to piggyback on what he's saying, I loosely agree with Kanye West in terms of that these significant players in sports and entertainment and business that have the money and means and intellect and what have you need to come to tables together to significantly think about how to shift the consumer culture of African Americans in their direction for the sake of the original people, for the sake of the original people, you know, because we already know the consumerism that takes place within our demographics. But that needs to be harnessed in a way that's not only where they make it beneficial for the consumer or make it something that the consumer will want, but they should also make it advantageous to the people as a whole. You know, so if we know everybody wants to buy these certain type of shoes, we know everybody wants to buy certain types of clothes, people want to buy certain types of homes, whatever the case may be, we need to make it shine brighter than how those that already hold the reins make it shine. You know, and I think we have the minds and the means to be able to do it if there's a collaboration that takes place sitting at that table. You know, who can bring the tables together for nation building like that? It's going to take significant players that have a unique skill set to be able to combine those who have means with those who have the intellect, with those who have, you know, a stock in it in various ways, you know. And I think they need to harness the consumer power of the original people.
So let me ask you a question, Longi. With you believing in religion, and that's why I like the balance here. What is your opinion on what Jamil said in reference to taking the religion out of all of it?
Well, if we're classifying religion as basically not so much in the negative sense, but in the sense of a collective people who collectively come together to acknowledge a higher power, supreme being, a one true and living God per se. I believe that the religious leadership does serve the significant purpose of providing moral guidance. You know, we can't base everything on private sector bottom lines and things like that. You can't base everything. At the end of the day, it shouldn't drill down to money. It shouldn't drill down to popularity. It shouldn't drill down to the power of the fist. Some sort of moral compass needs to be continually weighed and reminded. That's why I think faith and religion comes in, because what faith and religion does is it keeps us grounded with a moral compass. At the end of the day, why are you not going to do somebody wrong? You know, at the end of the day, why are you not going to just practice reverse racism? Why are you not going to just stampede your people? You know, or practice some kind of, you know, bully tactics with the money and means that you have, because you're grounded in something righteous. You're grounded in something higher than yourself, because left to your own thinking, you're going to do wrong. You're going to self-destruct. We're going to do wrong. So there needs to be a voice of reason outside of ourselves. And that moral compass, I believe, is provided in our faiths, the various faiths that we possess. The legitimate ones, of course.
May I interject before we close out?
Of course.
I want to bring a little bit of understanding right on what I said. I don't think that we shouldn't have religious leadership or spiritual leadership.
Of course.
I just do not think that this needs to be the forefront of leadership of the original people. Like the brother said, at the end of the day, and throughout the day, you need to have some type of moral compass that you weigh and balance yourself on.
Mm-hmm.
Don't get me wrong.
And he was, and let me interject real quick. He was right, because the problem that I believe that he was addressing was the ineptitude of the moral leaders that we've had, the ineptitude of most of the religious leaders that we've had. They provided a negative example. So we really need to hold them accountable.
Mm-hmm.
We can't just say because you know how to create a song and dance that you need to be our pastor, or you need to be our imam, or you need to be our, you know, whatever, you know, just because you can shout good on the mic and spit, you know, you need to be under that higher scrutiny that really comes with the position. You know,
I'm really loving the way both of you are going with this, because it's kind of leading to what our study is going to be at, right? But I don't want to interrupt y'all. Go ahead and continue, and you know, whenever you guys are ready to wrap up, we'll wrap.
Basically, I just wanted to say that you wouldn't send a carpenter to file your taxes for you, or to do your accounting, and you wouldn't send a swimmer to do the drafting for your building projects.
Mm-hmm.
We need people who are in these positions of leadership over our people as a whole. And I use, people might feel like I'm biased, but there's proof. If you look at the Nation of Islam in America, what other group and I'm talking about religious leader or spiritual leader, for 80 plus years in America has been standing tall, thriving, self-sufficient, and pushing for the unification and the establishment of government and self-sufficiency of the original people here, besides the nation. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad was given a blueprint by Master Far, and it showed and proved a successful plan. If you look at the teachings of the men, look at the offspring, the spiritual, the tree of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. Look at the men who come from it. Look at the impact they've had on the world. Look at the impact they're still having on the world.
Mm-hmm.
Who else? What other spiritual leader can call 1 million men to meet to march on Washington?
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying? Because this is a proof of the ability of what was taught to them and what comes from them.
Mm-hmm.
They got printing presses, they got universities, they built a government, they have a hierarchy.
Mm-hmm.
They have education system. They have the spirit. They have a total program. They have land. They have agriculture. They have product. They have economy. They are a nation within a nation. So I'm a person might say that I'm biased, but I think, and I can, like I said, I can show and prove that the program or the blueprint that was laid out is successful. So if we're going to have a leader, a spiritual leader or a religious leader, then we need to have one that's going to show and prove the ways and actions, and not just with rhetoric, and to get fat off of our people while we still suffer in bondage.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm saying. I have my spiritual practice or ways that I stand on too. From the beginning of the day throughout the day and at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not going to put that religion in the forefront to lead the people. I'm not going to do that. Because that's something that's personal. And when you try to lead with what you believe instead of what you know, then you able to be swayed by emotion. And your emotional state will become the moral compass and not your better judgment.
And I do agree with you, Jamil. And I think I brought this up. I don't know if it was with you and Lungi or just with you or just with Lungi. When we had the faith versus knowledge on Meeting of the Minds, how emotional everybody's emotions were all over the place because they were and it was really aggravating to me on the first show. I must admit, Jamil, and please don't get upset with me, but I was like, how is he so calm? Like he just hyped us all up to defend what and then by the second show it like clicked in. I was like, oh, he's not saying anything negative. I just got defensive. And I had to catch myself and realize it's us because we're automatically on defense mode to protect or feel like we have to protect what it is that we believe in. If that makes sense. Do you guys remember that, Jamil?
Definitely. Those days. That's how I ended up, man. Christy, Marshall, wherever you at, we love you, sister. We miss you, and can't wait. I hope we can do a meeting of the mind reunion sometime soon because word is born to life. I do miss seeing you and Asar and Brianna and everybody who's been on there, Danielle, everybody, I miss y'all, so I hope that Yesenia, I miss y'all, so hopefully we get a chance to meet up again and do a topic, something we can build on. Just for old time's sake,
Okay. So y'all know as soon as you guys tell me something, my mind's already pondering, right? So I was having this conversation the other day, and we'll just talk about that. I'm going to see about us doing a reunion. Let's just say that it's going to be kind of meeting of the minds in different ways. And my question to everybody is going to be this. I kind of give you guys a little bit. I'm not going to give you guys a lot because this can go many different ways. There's many layers to this, right? Is it okay if you are in a serious relationship? This means exclusive or marriage, to comment and like and tell people they are beautiful either in person or via social media? Is that okay? I have my opinion, others will have theirs, and we'll see how our meeting of the minds combine. If everybody's okay, I will see about getting everybody together. Joe Britt says no. You have to, Joe, you have to log into this show. I have my opinion. I'm not going to spill the beans before then. You guys have to log in. I will make a flyer to make sure that everybody's reminded.
Yeah, it won't work. I ain't gonna give my own opinion on that yet. I do want to give my closing remarks. Whoever's out there listening, please say a prayer for that brother, Damar Hamlin.
Yes.
Please say a prayer for that brother. You know, we want to see a full recovery come out from his life. You know, we want to see him back, you know, and we want to see change take place, you know. I think this is another step in the progression of society, you know. And I do want to say, Hannah, I thank you always for inviting me. Thank you for allowing me to participate with you.
Brothers and Boricua wouldn't be Brothers and Boricua without the dynamic duo. It just wouldn't. It just wouldn't. I thank you for coming on.
Man, I would like to say, I command the universe. I command a recovery for that brother. I'm not asking. This is a command. Do it. Like I said.
That's right.
It ain't no command. I said do it.
That's right.
I even would almost like to see him get back to his career. Yeah. We'll see. We'll see how it happens. It's not going to be no end for him. He'll be back. And he'll thrive.
That's right.
He's going to thrive. But I would also like to say this. Shout out to my wife and my family. And I love you guys very much. And I would also like to say to all of you, tune in this weekend. This Saturday, January 7th. The Brother Be Serious and Billy Carson are hosting a seminar on tapping into the God power within. I advise you to be there. Do not miss the power manifestation within your life.
So Jamil, may I ask you to please share the link with me via Messenger if you could, and we'll go ahead and I'll post on my page, on all the pages I have actually, and we'll go ahead and, you know, that way it gives more people the opportunity to see it.
I will do that. And with that, you know, you brothers and sisters, be blessed out there this evening. Be safe and know that, you know, the power of eternity, the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding is all within itself. You got to go within to find it, though.
That's right.
And like I said, we command healing for this brother and peace upon his family. And hopefully I'll see you guys Saturday. I know one thing, me and my family, we're going to be there. So with that, we love you guys and look forward to seeing you guys Saturday.
And I wanted to ask both of you your opinion on something before we go. It just came to me, my mind's always going while we were on air. How about we add a little bit more for the next time we air and kind of educate people on finances and stuff like that. And then I'm going to see about bringing a special guest to maybe give them a 5 to 10 minute segment of going ahead and talking about that and taking any questions. Are you fellas okay with that? Because I don't ever do anything unless everybody agrees.
I definitely agree. I definitely would love that.
Okay.
No
Jamil?
problem. No problem.
Okay. Awesome. So I'm going to be looking and figuring out how we're going to do that because I know a few people that are really good, and I would like for them, to see what I can do to bring them in. Y'all don't miss it. Tune in because us as the original people need to make sure that we're educating each other and that we're leaving as many doors open for each of us to excel in everything in life. We will see you guys next week. This will be every Thursday. We're airing for sure, correct? Beginning this year.
Yes,
it's going to continue Thursday. Okay. Alrighty, so we'll see you guys next Thursday, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see everyone next Thursday. And if you guys need us for anything, you guys can always message the Brothers in Boricua site. You guys can message Lunchtime with Anna, or you guys can message my Anna, because I just changed it because things were getting confusing and crazy. So with that being said, y'all have a wonderful evening. We'll see y'all next week. Ciao.
Ciao.